Well, howdy everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Dreammakers. I'm your host, Johnny Piazza, and this is gonna be a cool show, all right? There's gonna be a lot of shooting. First things first, we're gonna start this episode off with a pheasant hunt with a whole bunch of recipients. Guns are gonna be going off all over the place. It's gonna be safe. There's gonna be dogs running around, and it's gonna be a dang good time.
Good shot.
And then after that, we're heading out to Montana to a very special ranch with a very special recipient chasing some big old mule deer bucks. We're about to get it started right here on Dreammakers.
Woo! Oh, nice shot. Let's go!
So this is gonna be a really cool show, okay? Now before we get it started, I've gotta tell you about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. Dreammakers is brought to you by the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And OAF specializes in providing hunts and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 with life-threatening illnesses and disabled combat veterans. And we're very fortunate to do a good job of it, thanks to donors and everybody out there that watches the show and supports us. So thank you for watching and thank you for supporting us. Now, this is a prime example of what I'm talking about coming up, because we are meeting up with a family and a gentleman by the name of George Berger that dedicates their lives to helping us out here at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. They host a bunch of whitetail hunts, a bunch of pheasant hunts, and they take really good care of our recipients. And I'm telling you what, this trip right here, it's gonna be no different. You think about North Dakota as far as hunting goes, what do you think about? I'll give you a minute. Okay, if you thought pheasants, well then we are on the same page. And that is exactly what we are hunting today out in North Dakota, is pheasants. All these North Dakotians, or however you say that, they love chasing these colorful and tasty birds. And we are headed out to Bald Hill Creek Adventures to do a little bit of pheasant hunting. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about Bald Hill Creek Adventures, all right? This is an outfitter run by a gentleman by the name of George Berger. Him and his family run this place, and they do a really good job of it. He's helped by his son Adam, his daughter-in-law Heather, and they do nothing but pheasant hunts and whitetail hunts. Not only are they a full-time outfitter, but they take really good care of our recipients. And they do these pheasant hunts every single year. And when I say they do these pheasant hunts, they don't just throw out, some birds and let the hunters come out and shoot them. No, they roll out the red carpet for our recipients, and they do a dang good job. They are huge supporters of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation.
Thank George for having us out here every year. It's an awesome trip. Getting to meet everybody and obviously hunt and everything, so gets our mind off of everything else that we have to go through.
It's not just about shooting birds, okay? So George and his family have a whole bunch of fun activities set up for these kids to make sure that them and their families have a dang good time. You got to keep in mind that all of our recipients have or have had life-threatening illnesses, or they're disabled combat veterans, okay? So they've all been through a lot. So the cool thing about this hunt is this is a chance for people that have had similar issues and medical troubles in the past to come together and share those experiences and have fun together and really connect in the outdoors and take all that stuff that's happened in the past and just throw that right out the window and enjoy hunting and having a good time with each other. And that's why this big group event, that's why it's so special. Okay, this is different than what the Outdoor Adventure Foundation normally does. Normally you're seeing one recipient going on one hunt. They'll bring along a family member. That's pretty much it. Okay, but this is a big event. There's people rolling in. Some of them you'll recognize on other episodes of Dreammakers, because the fact of the matter is that the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is not a single dream organization. We are building these kids up as outdoorsmen in the hunting community and making sure that we create long-lasting people that are going to carry on our hunting heritage. So we try to get these kids in the outdoors as much as we possibly can, not just once. And that's what this trip is all about. So everybody's rolling in and everybody's set to have a dang good time. So now before they go out and hunt, the best way for our recipients to do a little bit of practicing is to bust some clays before they go out and bust some birds. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. So now everybody did a great job shooting clays and they had a whole bunch of fun. Now, on a hunt like this, especially with this many people, safety is the #1 concern, all right? It always is. When you got this many people running around with guns and dogs and all that, you gotta make sure you're safe. And Mr. George, he is a big stickler on safety.
You stay in a line, and if a bird gets knocked down, you wait until the bird gets picked up.
Everybody grab a box of shells.
One bird, one shot, 100% accuracy so far.
You know, pheasant hunting is a really good time, all right? Some people may think, oh, you're just walking around trying to shoot a bird, but no, I mean, it's cool. They hide in the brush. You got dogs working them, trying to get them up. They pop up out of nowhere. And my favorite part is when you just hear someone yell, "Rooster!"
Rooster! 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 Come on.
You know, something cool about hunting birds with dogs is just watching the dogs work, because you can tell that like they're having just as much fun as those hunters are. Like they love being there. They were literally born and bred for this. And especially when you see that dog get on point, you know he's on a bird. Man, that's just sweet. You know, hunting pheasants is a really good time for people to come together and like have no pressure basically. You know, you're getting to talk with people, hang out, have fun, walk around. You know, it's not like going out and hunting one specific deer. You gotta be quiet and you're after that one animal and all that. It's a great group event where everybody gets to go out, they can talk, they can have fun, they can help each other out and just really come together as a group and have a good time.
Man, we're having fun. Thanks OAF for letting us do this. It's awesome. Appreciate it. Thanks, George.
You know, something special about the outdoors, especially when it comes to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, is thinking about these kids with life-threatening illnesses, okay, and the disabled combat veterans. The fact that they can still hunt, okay? A lot of these kids, unfortunately, they're not able to play sports, contact sports, or any sports for that matter. So the fact that they will always be able to go in the outdoors and do some hunting and have some fun is very special to us. And that's what the outdoors is all about. Anybody can do it, and anybody can reap the benefits of what this beautiful world has to offer when it comes to going outside and doing a little bit of hunting.
You had fun, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Well, good. That's what it's all about.
1, 2, 3. Got it.
These dreams are made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields.
Welcome back to Dreammakers, everybody. Now, we just wrapped up an awesome pheasant hunt with a whole bunch of recipients out in North Dakota, where they were doing a whole bunch of shooting and had a dang good time. Now, coming up right now, we are actually headed out to Montana to meet up with a young man named Dylan who's gonna be chasing his dream mule deer buck. He's headed to a very special ranch with some very special people to hopefully get it done. We are headed out to the Otawahi Ranch out in Montana, all right? And this ranch is owned by some of the best people you will ever meet in your entire life, the Ostendorfs, all right? It is owned by Dwayne and Linda, and their son, Kelly, and his wife, Stacy, and their 4 beautiful children help run it, okay? This is a dang good family, folks, all right? They're cattle ranchers, and in sickness and in health, rain, snow, sunshine, they are out there working cattle, right? Sounds like a dang marriage. But about the only thing that they take a little break from working cattle is hunting.
So I think this has got to be number 10 or 11 for the Outdoor Adventure Foundation that we've taken out here hunting and stuff, and we really enjoy it. We try to just make it a good memory for the kids. They go through so much with everything they got going on in their lives. If we can do anything to, you know, help make their life a little cheerier or a good memory for them, that's what we strive to do. It doesn't matter if we get something or not. It's just if we can have them or let them have a really good memory for the rest of their life.
All right, so I got to tell you about the man of the hour, our recipient, Mr. Dylan. Okay, now Dylan is a young man who loves the outdoors. Okay, he's a big time hunter, and it was his big outdoor dream to go on a mule deer hunt. And he's gonna get to do it in Montana. But the really cool thing is that he's gonna be joined by his dad. Okay, so this is gonna be a special father-son trip, and he's gonna get to chase the buck of a lifetime. Now, like all of our recipients, Dylan unfortunately had some medical issues in the past, and I'm gonna let him and his dad tell you how he became a recipient of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation.
I had B-cell leukemia, which is a blood cancer, and I had to go through almost 3 years of chemo, and then now I just go in every 3 months for checkups. Not being able to go in places because it was during COVID, so I couldn't go in anywhere or really see anyone that didn't live in my house.
Went through treatment. He finished that up March 5th of 2023. Is in remission now. Dylan really enjoyed coming out here.
All right, folks, so it is late October, and out in Montana, it is snowing like it is late December. All right, there's snow all over the ground, but that is just fine because it should make spotting those mule deer bucks real easy. So our recipient, Dylan, he is headed to the Otawahi Ranch to meet up with the Ossendorfs to go start chasing some mule deer.
Dwayne?
Adam.
Dylan? Okay, pleased to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
You know, the Otawahi Ranch is a very game-rich place, okay? First of all, they do not hunt this a lot, okay? The Ossendorfs hunt it, they let a few family members hunt it, but really, they preserve it for our recipients. So these animals act like animals are kind of supposed to act, all right? They're not gonna let you walk up to them or anything, but you are gonna see a whole lot of game. So now one thing they have a lot of on the Otawahi Ranch is elk, and Dylan actually happens to have a cow elk tag. And sure enough, they round the corner, they look down in the bottom, and bam, there's a big old herd of elk.
We're just out looking for deer, and we just spotted a big herd of elk.
All right, so now they found the elk. Now, they just gotta make a plan.
You're probably talking the closest we could probably get to them is 300 to 400 yards. They're kind of so far out in the open, we'll just wait till they start leaving and then try to get on them there.
So they're gonna hold off. But that being said, while they're sitting there looking at these elk, they look over in the other direction and bam, there's a whole bunch of mule deer, all right? And it looks like in this group, there's a pretty nice buck. So they're gonna change up their strategy, see if they can get in close to this guy and hopefully get a better look. So they are covering some ground in the truck due to Dylan's condition, right? This is gonna help them get around much easier. All right, so they start seeing some animals as they're going down to check out this other buck. And they come across this one buck, and his name is Wonky. And I think if you look at Wonky, you can tell where he got that name from.
Get a hold of that buck right there.
Oh, is that,
wave its horns up.
Is that Wonky?
Yeah.
All right, so they're checking out Mr. Wonky, all right? They're kind of not paying attention, and all of a sudden they look up the hill, and there's another buck checking them out, all right? And this is a good mule deer buck. So Kelly, he is gonna try to get Dylan out of the truck and see if they can put a stalk on this buck. They're gonna wait for him to go over the hill, and then they're gonna see if they can move it on him. Now, unfortunately, they did not get on the buck tonight, all right? But this is a dang nice buck, and I am starting to think that Dylan is kind of committed to this buck now, all right? He saw him, and he wants that buck to be his. Now, Dylan, you can get in a little bit of trouble just chasing one animal, but I have faith in Mr. Kelly Ossendorf and yourself that you'll be able to get it done. But folks, if you're out there and you want to see it, you're gonna have to wait until we get back from the break. Dreammakers will be right back.
If you don't feel confident, don't shoot. These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields.
Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now we are on a hunt with a young man named Dylan who is chasing his dream mule deer buck. And now it's official. He officially has a dream mule deer buck because he actually saw a really big one, all right? He fell in love with this deer and now he's chasing that one specific deer. Okay, and I'm hoping it doesn't come back to bite him. But that being said is Kelly knows this ranch like the back of his hand. It's a whole new day, a whole new morning, and they're gonna see if they can track down this buck. You know, the one difficult thing about the Otawahi Ranch is how many deer you're gonna see. All right, you're gonna have to pass a lot of deer. All right, we got a buck here and a buck there and a buck over there. And then before you know it, you've passed a whole bunch of bucks looking for that one specific deer. But these boys, they're enjoying seeing these deer and they're hoping eventually before the end of the trip that it's gonna pay off. So finally the guys come across this deer, right? Kelly spots him right away and so does Dylan, all right? They know that this is the buck. He's feeding out in a field with a few other bucks, right? But he's kind of like out in the middle. Now keep in mind, these deer are not pressured. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to ease down in there, see if he won't pay them no mind, and hopefully get Dylan set up for a shot. Unfortunately, the buck did pay him a little bit of mind and he ran off, all right? But this hunt isn't over. They're gonna keep at it and see if they can catch back up with this buck.
These dreams were made possible by Cullen Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Alex Stern Family Foundation, Anderson Trucking Service, and Shields.
All right, so the day is kind of winding down and so is the hunt, all right? They don't have many hunts left and they're chasing this one specific deer. But before today ends, Kelly's got a hunch, all right? He wants to try one more thing before that sun goes down. So he wants to peek up over this ridge and see if that buck's there, and sure enough, they come up over the top and bam, there he is. And they gotta get Dylan on him and hopefully try to make this work.
He's the furthest one away.
Congratulations.
That's a really nice deer.
All right, so Dylan got his buck. Congrats to you, my friend, all right? You did a great job. And what was really cool is how many deer he passed in order to shoot this one specific buck. All right, that's tough. That's tough to do, especially for a kid. All right, when I was a kid, bam, I wanted to shoot something. But Dylan, you held out and got the buck of a lifetime. And also, kudos to you, Mr. Kelly, for having that hunch and knowing this ranch really well. I'm glad y'all got to hunt together and have a good time.
And they saw us when we got to the top, so it was kind of a scramble, but we got it done.
And I'm telling you what, you can look at Dylan's face and you can know with 100% certainty that his big outdoor dream has officially come true.
Hey, Lincoln, look at its face. Look at how bloody it is.
You know, the Ostendorf kids, they crack me up, okay? If you're at the Otawahi Ranch and you shoot an animal, you can guarantee that the Ostendorf kids are not far behind. They're gonna be checking it out, asking about the story, and wanting to hear all about your hunt.
Its head is heavy. That's oh, and its antlers are so cold.
Okay, let's hear the story.
First, we left the yard.
You know, just another special thing about hunting in the outdoors is traditions. Okay, fathers, sons, grandfathers, friends, uncles. Everybody seems like, especially when it comes to hunting, that they all have traditions. And it's no different here at the Otawahi Ranch. Okay, something special when you take an animal out here, they ask the recipients to sit down in front of the Ostendorf kids and just tell them the story of their hunt. You know, it's really cool to see because you see multiple generations of hunters that are coming up in the outdoors and growing an appreciation for this and building our hunting heritage. So it's really special.
Hey, let's give it up for Dylan. Good story.
And I'm just telling you what, folks, that's what the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is all about when it really comes down to it, is building our hunting heritage and making sure that these recipients get to go in the outdoors and have an adventure of a lifetime that they will never forget. It's about building those memories. All of my best memories come from hunting in the outdoors with my dad, my mom, my brothers, and my family, and it's something that I will never forget. And that's what we want to pass on to our recipients. So if you're out there and you're looking to make some big outdoor dreams come true and you want to become a dream maker, all you've got to do is check out the information on the screen where you'll find everything you need to get involved. You can donate funds, you can donate your time, you can donate a hunt. There's so much you can do, and you can watch this show and know with 100% certainty that you are making a difference. And another really easy way to give is our Text to Give program, where all you've got to do is text Give to OAF at 21000, where all of your spare change will be donated right back towards our mission. And it's a really teeny tiny way for you to give, but it makes a big old difference to us. And me personally, as the host of Dream Makers, I just got to thank you for watching today's show, because I sure had a good time, and I hope you did too. But we got a bunch of great episodes coming at you all the time, and if you want to see them, you just got to tune in right here on Dream Makers. Dream Makers is produced by the High Road Group.